Son of a... Dude, what the...
The unfortunate reality of Kojima Productions partnering with PlayStation for Death Stranding is, I think the sequel adopted some of the PlayStation-isms that we've seen with some of the PS5's flagship games. The original did very much cater to PlayStation sensibilities at the time, but I have many more problems with this generation's standouts, and most of those can be blamed on budget issues or just over-sanitization. Death Stranding 2 is not one of those, but I can see it slowly seeping in. I'm a little torn on Dollman. On one hand, now we've got a quirky little guy on our belt pretty much repeating everything the game shows us, not even a minute after something happens. I'm not exaggerating either. After we're shown this cutscene with Tomorrow trying to control her powers, Dollman gives me play-by-play of the entire thing, and for good measure, he tells me how I'm supposed to feel about it. Everything I inferred in that cutscene, and a lot more, just gets repeated to me, and obviously it takes something away from it every time. PlayStation also likes to do this thing where your companion character will tell you how to solve a puzzle 30 seconds after you started looking at it, and that's pretty cool. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I didn't want to play the game anyway. On the other hand, he's so goddamn cute, dude. Look at him. He's one of my favorite characters in a game full of great characters. For how good they all are, though, the way Sam was characterized was a little weird in this one. He's effectively a silent protag in 2, which is probably why Dollman was there to be our narrator. He doesn't talk to his friends all that much. I think most of his interactions with Drawbridge are, "Good work, Sam," and "Go to bed." Which I can see why they might have went this direction. Sam's character arc was pretty much complete at the end of the first game. He was a sad, lonely guy who had a violent physical reaction to even the closeness of another person. The personal journey Sam goes on, connecting America piece by piece, also brings him connection with the people he meets along the way, and being cured of his aphophosphobia, yeah, I said that right first time, fuck you, by the end was an intertwining of gameplay and story that really resonated with me in a time where I had my own network to rebuild. In 2, the BB Sam had been raising for the past couple years as his own child is brutally killed, and honestly, if I were him, I'd just be going through the motions too. Sometimes, though, the game doesn't commit to its own premise. There are a lot of excellent visuals that show us just how in denial Sam is in, but he'll speak about Lou being dead one minute and act like she's been there the whole time the next. And once the big moment of realization hits, it's more confusing than anything. Like, I thought we already knew this, maybe, and is Lou's soul in there, or what? I don't know. And just to be clear, I think it's a ballsy move to kill the main character's baby and have the main motivation of the game being to get your mind off of it. And I definitely did. I think the game's story is pretty poorly paced, but I actually think it can be to its benefit. As much as I do enjoy these stories in particular, I'm here to deliver packages. I'm here to do whatever it takes to deliver that motherfucking pizza, and it is fun. One of Death Stranding's coolest ideas is its asynchronous multiplayer, where everyone is doing their part to not only conquer their own Australia with roads and zip lines, but to help everyone else out in conquering theirs. The mix of storytelling and gameplay I talked about earlier is made complete with this third layer, and I think it's genuinely genius game design. Death Stranding is a communal single-player experience, and I will never get tired of it. Deliveries themselves are just as fun too. I was really starting to miss the man versus environment feeling from the main story, and I think the side content fills that void plenty of times over. Some deliveries require you to plan ahead, like putting a ramp or a zip line on the edge of a cliff before you take on an express delivery, because you won't be able to make it in time otherwise. You really have to be conscious of how much cargo you're carrying, because carrying too much will make you trip when you try to jump off the aforementioned ramp, and you'll fuck up the entire order, or die, or both. One problem I did start to have, though, is just how much time I spent driving this slow-ass pickup truck. If you do want to contribute to the rebuilding of the world, you're going to have to transport a lot of material on top of having some really heavy deliveries that just require a big vehicle. Which brings me to what I think is another unfortunate victim of PlayStation-ification, and that's just how hilariously easy this game is, like 90% of the time. I'm sure you know this already, but if you don't, Death Stranding's gameplay was influenced by a real-life profession. In the national parks of Japan, people take on the job of a porter, not unlike our Sam, to deliver goods to places like mountain lodges with anything they might need to continue operating. The porters throw on backpacks stacked high with boxes full of stuff like food and drinks and hike God knows how many miles to their destination. It's all in an attempt to minimize vehicular transport through the area and conserve the natural beauty of the parks. These people go where normal vehicles can't. So why can I traverse a mountain with this pickup truck? This is a video game. I know it wouldn't be all that exciting if you did nothing but walk from place the entire time. I wrote that. I don't even know if that's true. But there's got to be other shit in there. Vehicles weren't this forgiving in Death Stranding 1, and I think the choice to make every path so easily crossed in the sequel was the wrong one. The roads themselves offer so little in regards to a speed boost that sometimes it's just quicker to drive through the bullshit. For long stretches of the game, if you do a lot of the side content, this is just a scenic drive through the Australian countryside. Earthquakes and floods were apparently a big new addition to the game, but I'm not joking when I say that they had zero effect on my gameplay experience. The lack of difficulty translates to the combat as well. I thought the insistence on avoiding combat in Death Stranding 1, be it lore reasons or the fact that combat felt like shit, fit the game's core gameplay and themes better than whatever they tried doing here. But I also think the amount of MGS5 in here people online are trying to sell you is a little overstated. Combat is still bad, but there's a lot more weapons and tools at your disposal, and a lot more missions that will force you to go shoot up a mule base. But it's not that crazy. I think I spent no more than 5 hours of my total playtime actually engaging in any kind of combat. Enemy AI is actually really good. Your first fight with Nirvana is especially great. I felt like I was fighting a legit military unit at points with how not stupid they were. Overall, though, I'm not really huge on stealth action games, so don't take my word for it. I just don't think the ideas fit here, and I don't think the combat feels that good either. I like the idea of sneaking into a base for some cargo and getting out by the skin of my teeth, or killing someone and paying the consequences, rather than, oh, every weapon is just non-lethal now. A lot of times I'll be finished with a game and have no urge to go back to it in the immediate and see anything I've missed. But I can feel Death Stranding 2 calling me back. I don't know how long it'll take, but I think I want to 100% this game. And that's just a testament to how fun the core gameplay is. I want to build all the roads, set up all these zipline networks, and S-rank every single delivery. When I was grinding out the rest of the story, I really felt like I just wanted to get the game over with. But now that I'm done and I'm letting the complete experience really sink in, I know that I just want to get back to delivering pizzas.